Hello everybody, and thank you for joining me again today. My name's Ashley and we are up to lesson 52 of our year 1 phonics. Whew, we are absolute champions. Shall we go and check some homework? Right, how did you go? Were you absolute legends at your homework yesterday? I bet you were. Were you walking around saying, "You gotta double that consonant, baby"? I bet you were. You're so confident at this now. Does your homework look like mine? Skipper. We doubled these consonants because the base word had one syllable, short vowel, one consonant, and when we add a vowel suffix, we have to double that final consonant. These ones were pretty easy, weren't they? They had either a long vowel or two consonants, so you don't need to double the final consonant to add ER. Skipper, runner, swimmer, dipper, player, camper. Right, feeling confident? You ready to get started? Let's do it. Right, let's activate some prior knowledge. We'll start with our card deck. Are you ready? Let's just say the sounds. E at the end of a word. Trigraph, I in the middle of a word, often followed by T. Y at the end of a word, I at the end of a one-syllable word, E at the end of a two-syllable word. Split digraph, I, or at the end of a word, E in the middle or the beginning of a word, E as in peace, long sound, A, short sound, at, or open syllable, A. Short sound, it. Long sound, I. Changed it up there, I hope you were listening. Long sound, O. Short sound, O. Long sound, oo. Short sound, up. Let's look at some tricky words. Today, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, are these in order? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, tricked you, honey, money, about, did you hear that schwa? About, because, or say it with the schwa, because. Great. And let's finish with some definitions. Let's see. Activate that knowledge. A syllable is a beat in a word and always has a vowel sound. Our favourite 1-1-1 rule. If the base word has one syllable, a short vowel and one consonant, we double the last consonant when adding a vowel suffix. So that could be ER or ING. A schwa, do you remember our schwa? A schwa is a vowel sound that is spoken without any stress. A schwa. An open syllable is when the vowel is open. There's no consonant to close it in. The vowel always says its name. A, E, I, O, U. But a closed syllable is when the vowel is closed in by at least one consonant. And that makes the vowel short, and it just says its short name. A, E, I, O, A. Great. Good work. Okay, time to stand up. We're going to do some phonological awareness. Let's wire our brains ready for reading and writing and spelling. And we're going to do we're going to add syllables today. You might be wondering, adding syllables? Just watch me. Okay, today we're going to add the vowel suffix ER to these words. So I'll say the word, the base word, we'll add the suffix and say the word all together. Here we go. The first word is start. Start, add starter. Remember, we don't say starter. Say it in a speaking voice. Starter. Next word. dust, add duster. Next word, rub. Rub, add rubber. Next word, rob. Rob, add rubber. Next word, shift. Shift, add shifter. Next word, fart. Fart? Fart, add farter. Has Miss Simone been messing with my cards today? Last word, whale. Whale, add whaler. I think that means when someone cries a lot, you say, oh, they're such a whaler. A whaler could also be a person that catches whales. But, ooh, I hope they don't do that anymore. There's not many whales left. Okay, should we get started on our lesson? Right, so we've done our phonological awareness. Our brains are ready. Let's do some more review of the graphemes and phonemes and suffixes we've been learning. Boy, oh boy, our brains are getting smarter and smarter every day. Okay, ready to read some words? Let's go. T, E, ch, teacher, I, t, light. Haven't seen that trigraph for a while. It's good to see you. P, r, I, n, t, Remember, I'm putting a double line under my suffixes so it reminds me. Printer, printer. B. Oh, I think this has got 2 syllables because I can see 2 vowels. I have a feeling this might be an open syllable. Let's have a look. B, E, G, I, N. Begin. Begin. Yeah, open syllable, E. K, R, I. Y makes the I sound at the end of a 1-syllable word. Cry. Here's that tricky word. M-A-N-E, money. R-A-N-E. Remember, double that consonant there when we add a vowel suffix. Runner. S-w-i-m-e, swimmer. Swimmer. A-n-e, honey. We know that one. It's one of our regular tricky words. D-r-ive, drive. There's that split vowel digraph there. Ooh, this looks like it's got 2 vowels in it as well. So I'm thinking it must be a 2-syllable word. I'll try and flex the vowel, see what happens. E-r-aze, erase. Or would it be open syllable E? Erase. Yeah, that one sounds better. Okay, open syllable. Erase. Erase. But, oh, looks like that one. But, began. Began. Yeah, that sounds right. Shall we read them all together? Let's start at the top in the first row. Here we go. Teacher. Light, printer, begin. Let's read a little more quickly. Teacher, light, printer, begin. Last time. Teacher, light, printer, begin. I like reading like I'm talking. We'll try it again. Next row, cry. I read that as a whole word because my reading's getting really good now. Cry. Money. Runner, swimmer. Ready to read it again quickly? Cry, money, runner, swimmer. Last row. Honey, drive, erase, began. Do you know what the word erase means? Sometimes I make a mistake if I'm using pencil and I get a rubber and I erase it. Erase means to wipe it out. Get rid of it. But we don't want to do that to our memories. That's why we practice reading every single lesson. So good to get our brains ready for reading and writing. Okay, are you ready to find out our new learning today? I think you're going to be a little bit surprised when I show you our new grapheme. Because it's not new, really. You've seen this grapheme before. You've learnt that IE says E in peace. But I'm here to tell you today that IE can also say I as in pie. I know, it's getting crazier, but I tell you what, when we learn to map words and flex vowel sounds, reading and writing is going to get so much easier. So I'm going to put this on the board today to remind us about our new learning, IE, pie, I. Should we start off with blending some words with that I sound in them? I've got good news for you. They're pretty short words. So stand up, get ready to do some kung fu. So make sure you're standing in a nice position. Your hands are ready to punch out those phonemes, and we'll get started with the first word. The first word is pie. Pie. Hoo. P-I. Pie. Next word, tie. Tie. He. T-I. Tie. Next word, lie. Lie. I. Lie. And the last word is die. Die. Who. D-I. Die. It's not a very nice word, but as I said, there's not many words that have IE saying I in them. Okay, shall we read some words with I in them? Let's see what we can find. Okay. So I thought it was important today to include some other words that have that long I spelling in them. So let's try and get our brain mapping those long I sounds in these words. Here we go. First word, I, pie. T-I, tie. L-I, lie. Pie, tie, lie. Faster. Pie, tie, lie. Easy. Next row. D-I, die. K-R-I, cry. Sp-I, spy. Die, cry, spy. Quicker. Die, cry, spy. Last row. Ooh, I can see that trigraph there. I. T-I, t. Tight. B-E-side. Beside. There's that split digraph. B-R-I-T. Bright. Ready to read? Tight. Beside. Bright. Tight beside bright. Great work. Great reading. You're really good at this. Before we write, let's just check we know how to form these graphemes. Ready? Get your skywriting fingers out. I like to hold my fingers like I'm writing with a pencil. Here we go. We're going to write I-E. I-E. And again, I-E. I. I-E says I as in pie. Right, I want you to go and get a pencil and some paper. I'll just sit down and have a relax while you do that, and I'll see you back here real shortly. Okay, I hope you've got your pencil and paper to write on, because we're going to spell some words using our new grapheme, well, not so new grapheme, IE saying pie. Okay, our first word is pie. I love to eat pie. Let's count the phonemes in pie. P-I, P-I. Two phonemes. P-I. What was the first sound you heard? P. And the last phoneme? I-E, pie, pie. If yours looks like mine, I like to tick all my phonemes, but you can just give yourself a big tick at the end if you like. Okay, the next word is lie. I hope you don't tell lies. They get into big trouble. Lie. I. Two phonemes. I. We know that first phoneme. L says and IE says I. Sorry, I didn't write it above the dot because it was going to get mixed up there. I. Give yourself a tick if you got that right. The next word is tie. Some people have to wear a tie when they go to work or school. Whew. Tie. I. I. T says T. And IE says I in tie. Tie. 2 ticks for me. Last word. The last word is die. Ooh, don't like this word very much. I. 2 phonemes. First one is D. Sometimes I get D's and B's mixed up. Let's try that in the air first. D. D. Okay, here we go. Round the circle, up, down, D. I, die. Die. I hope my plants don't die in the hot sun. Sometimes I forget to water them. Okay, pie, lie, tie, die. How are you feeling about IE saying I in pie? These words don't look very difficult, do they? So we're going to learn a new irregular high frequency word today. You've probably seen this word a lot, but it still confuses you because it is quite tricky. Our new word today is two. You might be saying, Ashley, that doesn't say two, that says twat. Well, this is a really old word. It actually comes from thousands of years ago when we used to speak a really weird type of English back in England. And this word two comes from the old English word toi, meaning two. So in the old days, they used to say toi for two. And I guess it changed over time, like lots of things change over time. And now we just say the word two. The W is silent and the O says oo. Let's have a look at that. Right, I like to use hearts to help me remember tricky parts of words. So let's write this word up on the board. T-W-O. Two. Let's get our red texter now and look at the tricky parts. Two. T. Well, that's easy. T. T says T. But here are the tricky parts that we have to learn by heart because we don't say w after the T or the T. We don't say twat. And this is another tricky part because the O says oo, as in do. Two. Right, let's map that in our brain. Let's make it go from here into the lockbox at the back of our brain so it stays there forever. Are you ready? I'm going to use my spelling voice to spell these words. Here we go. T-W-O says two. Don't forget. Tricky parts. And again, T-W-O, two. T-W-O, two. Two. From the old English word, toi. You'll probably see lots of words. Actually, I'm going to tell you something that's really quite tricky, but I think you can cope. Look at these words. Twin. between, twice. I know this one's a little bit tricky. You haven't learnt C says S yet. But can you see in these words the TW, 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 TW? Now I'm going to tell you this little trick I learned. TW is often found in words that mean two. Twin means two of the same, from the same mum at the same time. Twin means two. Between means between two things. My red pen is between two things. Twice means to do it 2 times. So that's a good way to help you remember when you write the number 2, you have to write TW. That tells us must be something to do with 2. Geez, if you're learning etymology in year 1, you must be really clever kids. Okay, let's do some reading together. Here is our fluency passage. I just love to read. And you know by now that the fluency passages we read have the grapheme we're learning and lots of graphemes we've already learnt. We don't have tricky new ones in there. So this should be pretty easy for you. Okay, let's get our brain ready for reading. Let's try and find some of those long I sounds before we start reading. You ready? Scan with me. Here we go. Here's a trigraph, I. Split vowel. That's a great. I-E says I. It. Oh, that's not long I, that's short I. He. Oh, there's one. Oh, there's one. Oh, there's a trigraph. Ah, there's Y at the end saying I. I-E saying I. And I can see lots of other graphemes we've learnt. You ready to read? Let's go. Mr. Bright side, that's a nice name. Mr. Brightside has a great tie with stars on it. Let's read that sentence again a little bit quickly. Quickly. Mr. Brightside has a great tie with stars on it. Can you visualize that tie he's wearing with lots of stars on it? I can. Let's keep reading. He likes to put it on every Friday. There's that open syllable I saying I. Friday. Shall we read that sentence? He likes to put it on every Friday. He might cry if he drops sauce from his steak pie on it. He might cry if he drops what? His sauce from his steak pie on it. Oh, this is a bit tricky. We haven't learnt that C can say S yet, but it's coming up. So this is just a little intro for you. All right, you ready to read it with me? In your reading voice? Here we go. Mr. Brightside has a great tie with stars on it. He likes to put it on every Friday. He might cry if he drops sauce from his steak pie on it. I'd cry too if I dropped sauce on something. Ooh, I'd have to wash it in the basin. Okay, shall we have a look at some dictation to practice writing our new grapheme today? Okay, get that pencil and paper that you had before and let's write a sentence together. Here is our sentence. I will eat 2 pies in the holidays. 2 pies? That's a bit greedy. I think I could do it though, especially if it was steak pie and apple pie. Okay, let's see. How many words are in that sentence? I will eat 2 pies in the holidays. 8 words. Easy, we can do it. Okay, who will eat pies? I will. So that's the beginning of our sentence. I needs a capital. I will eat. Oh, there's that floss rule. I will eat. E-A says E in eat. I will eat. How many? 2. Do you remember that rule? Anything to do with 2 has TW. And that other tricky part, O says oo. Here we go. Pies. P-I-S. Ooh, there's a suffix at the end there. Did you hear it? Well, I know pie has I-E at the end, so let's write that. I. How do I show that it's plural? I will eat 2 pie. It doesn't sound right to my ear. I will eat 2 pies. You're right, we add suffix S to show more than one. I will eat 2 pies when? In the holidays. In the, there's that schwa sound. The holidays. Oh, this is a big word. I think I might chunk it into syllables first. Holidays. 3 syllables. What was that first one? Hol. Hol. O. I. Days. This wasn't so hard. We can do all of this. A. AY at the end of a word and plural suffix S. Full stop. I'm finished. I love writing. Here we go. Let's read it together. I will eat 2 pies in the holidays. Okay, let's have a look at our homework. And then we can go eat 2 pies. Here we go. Right. What's for homework today? It's Mr. Brightside. Mr. Brightside has a great tie with stars on it. He likes to put it on every Friday. He might cry if he drops sauce from his steak pie on it. We know that sentence or those sentences. What do we have to do next? Find the long I words in this passage. Sort them into the table. Oh, we've done sorts before. This is easy. All right, here we go. I-E saying I, I-G-H, I split digraph I, Y at the end saying I. We've got this. So this is what I'd do. Remember how we scan the text when we're reading or before we read it? We just need to scan it again. Mr. Brightside has a great tie with stars on it. He likes to put it on every Friday. He might cry if he drops sauce from his steak pie on it. Easy. I just found all of our long I sounds. And now all you have to do is write them in the column. I'll do one to help you, but then I think you can go and do this by yourself. Okay, first one, I-G-H, I, bright. Ready? Here we go. There's my trigraph. You got it? Have a go. You might need an adult or someone at home with you to help you today, but I think you've got this. Remember, you're reading and writing champions now. Okay, have a great rest of the day. I'll pack up, get ready for our next lesson, and I hope to see you there. See you later, alligator. Bye.